You're always going to have somebody that does not agree with you, that's watching you, that's hoping that you crash and burn. There's no need to say anything about them. Just do what you've been called to do. Stick to the plan. Pray for them and keep it moving.
Don't pray for me. You pray for my enemies, because they're the ones who need it the most. My enemies aren't willing to do what it takes, and they wonder why I'm ahead. I'm ahead because I have the consistency, and my enemies aren't built like that, my friend. So you pray for my enemies.
Let them talk about you. Let them drag your name through the mud. Let them lie. Let them try to put a black eye on your reputation. And you keep giving, and you keep pouring, and you keep believing, and you keep pushing. I don't care what they say. Eventually, your enemy will become your footstool.
Pray for your enemies. Probably sometimes more than you pray for yourself.
Because my enemies don't understand. They don't understand the grind. They don't understand the hustle. They don't understand coming back from adversity to come out on top, my friend.
But they don't know the pain that we went through to make it through. I pray for my enemies and any man that stand against me.
I pray for my enemies. I pray for everybody that want me to quit, everybody that want me to throw in the towel, everybody that believes the dream is too big to be fulfilled, that the destiny is impossible. But I'm possible, and I pray for you.
Because my enemies would rather sleep than grind. My enemies would rather lay down than get up and fight. My enemies would rather talk junk for the rest of their life and look at me like I'm crazy, because they don't understand the work. They don't understand the grind, my friend. So you pray for my enemies.
I pity the man that want me to lose. I can't. I've come too far. Don't let them get in your head. Haters and naysayers and enemies are always going to try to get in your head and puncture your progress and fight you tooth and nail, trying to get you not to believe in this great vision, this dream. Enemies are a part of life. Enemies are inevitable. As sure as the sun is in the sky, you will always face opposition. You will always face some type of an obstacle. You will always face somebody in your space attempting to discourage you and stop you from what it is that you believe you've been assigned to do. It is inevitable. Oftentimes, many of us never discover what we're made of until we cross paths with someone who tells us we're nothing. They want to see you snap.
You pray for my enemies because they're the ones who need it the most. I'm already ahead, and I'm powered by God, but my enemies won't understand that. My enemies will never understand what it takes to come out victorious, because they'd rather make excuses and blame other people instead of taking accountability in themselves, my friend. Because while I'm running in the cold, forbidden rain, you know what my enemies are doing? My enemies are sleeping. My enemies are bathing in jealousy. My enemies are living in envy because they don't have the consistency. They don't have the dedication to get up every single day and make it happen, my friend. So you pray for my enemies, because my enemies are the ones who need it the most.
I pray for my enemies. For the men that told me I'd never beat nothing. Told me I'd die in them projects, be a drug dealer like my father, sell dope like my family. I pray for my enemies. They told me that I could never go to college. They told me I could never educate myself. But I realized I was greater than that. They would rather see you die than be what you were born to be. I remember the night I got the phone call and they told me that my mother was gone. I also remember the night I got the phone call and I realized my father was gone. That was the night my enemies rejoiced. That was the night they thought I was finished. But I was just getting started. The enemy hates you. But if they hate us, and we love them, eventually, they'll bow down. I pray for my enemies.
There's always going to be somebody that tells you that you are not enough, that you don't measure up, that you don't have the right connections, that you're not smart enough, that you don't have the work ethic, that you don't have the wisdom, the understanding. You can't allow the naysayers, the onlookers, the haters, the enemies to see you sweat. I just need somebody that's out there to hear me. When you are surrounded by people trying to discourage you from accomplishing a thing, it is possible to silence the crowd, to silence the doubters, to silence the people that said you're finished, that said you're done. It is possible to silence them and prove them all wrong. Stay the course, no matter the cost. Pay the price to stay focused.
What you gotta understand, ladies and gentlemen, is people wanna see you quit. It's gonna be people in your family, people in your workspace, people at your school. It's gonna be people all over the world that just hate you because you're you.
You know, they say new levels, new devils. That saying is a quote that illustrates a reality that at the door of every opportunity is an enemy, an adversary. There will be adversity. Just because the door's been open doesn't mean that everybody's going to want you to walk through it.
Because my enemies don't understand. They don't understand the grind. They don't understand the hustle. They don't understand coming back from adversity to come out on top, my friend.
You don't have to be one who was born freakishly talented to accomplish something. If you are facing an enemy right now, if you are facing an insurmountable feat, if you are facing anything big, it is because you are at the precipice of the greatest blessing and the greatest promotion of your life. You have a destiny to fulfill. You have an assignment that you have to walk in. You have no time to pour energy into conversations about people who don't believe in you. Pray for your enemies. The people that do not want to see you win. The people that want to see you suffer in silence. The people that want you depressed. The people that want you to quit. The people that want you to throw in the towel. It is a beautiful thing to keep going, to persevere, to triumph right in the midst of adversity, but not just to prove them wrong, to prove yourself wrong. Pray for your enemies, but whatever you do, do not stop. What if I told you that what tried to break you trained you? What tried to delay you disciplined you? And even the isolation that you've been navigating has sharpened you. What if I told you that you are not late, you are loaded with potential? Could it be possible that average convinces us that survival is success? How is it that we've gotten to the place where we normalize being tired, being defeated, being active, but not accomplishing anything? Average is the enemy of dominion. You cannot rule what you refuse to master. Average people avoid mastery. Average numbs your hunger while stealing your assignment. Average brings us into prisons and pits and caves where we lose our desperation, where we are no longer hungry for a quality of life. This is not your end. This is your deployment. This is not a motivational speech. This is a summons. You are commissioned. This is not inspiration. This is instruction. No more rehearsals, no more almost, no more one day. I move when God says move. I strike when the window opens. I obey without negotiation. I finish what I start. You did not survive to just tell a story. You survived to execute your assignment. Get up and evaluate. Get up and be grateful that you are still alive. Even if it feels as though you have lost everything, you still have your faith. So focus, focus, focus. Let faith be stirred and focus, because history does not remember the distracted. It remembers the devoted. You cried and suffered long enough from scattered focus, from borrowed dreams, from noise that promised comfort but stole your calling. Enough tears have fallen on confusion. Now is the time to weep and work. You may be hurting, but work. You may be bleeding, but build. You may be tired, but get up. It's time to labor with vision and build with conviction, to give birth to something that will still speak when the dust has settled over your bones. Greatness is not loud at the beginning. Sometimes greatness is quiet, lonely, and it will demand separation from everything that attempts to knock you off course. Greatness demands discipline. Average negotiates them away. Average attracts applause from people who settled. They will clap for you, not because you are great, but because you make them comfortable. Your life, your endeavors, your assignment, your anointing, if you actually walk in it, should make somebody uncomfortable. A lot of you listening to me were born into bloodlines that have suffered through generational captivity. You start and you don't finish. You get an idea and it stays in the journal. You did not fail and you're not finished. You did not come this far. You did not sweat that hard. You did not bleed and grind and hustle and pray and fast and hope for your heart to stop beating here. I need you to declare this with me. I refuse to die with instructions still inside of me. I refuse to meet God with unused faith. I refuse to explain why I played so small when I was trained for war. I was trained to fulfill my destiny. Everything you survived was for this hour, and so there's no more catching up. You're stepping in. And this is not the season of preparation. No, this is the season of execution. It is now, not when it's comfortable. It is now, not when it is applauded. The time is now, because your moment, your opportunity, the open window, this cannot be rescheduled. It is now or never. And I don't do never. This is the hour to shut the door on all trivial pursuits and concentrate your strength to one assignment. Do you want an ordinary life or do you want an exceptional one? A life full of faith, fire, fulfillment, significance, passion, and purpose. I don't know about you, but I would rather be a master of one thing, exceptional with one idea, that I stayed the course, that I remained faithful, than to be notorious for starting something and not finishing. There are destinies attached to the decisions that you make. Your family, your community, Your country, your people, generations are waiting on the discipline you keep postponing. The future is listening for a voice that refuses to be average. Decide now that you will be exceptional, that you will lead a life that is absolutely extraordinary. You've got rooms to walk in, tables to sit at, families to impact, generational captivity to break. But you gotta believe, because consequences come when we remain comfortable. You think you came this far to be average, to be ordinary? All of the times the enemy underestimated you? After everything you've been through, you're gonna settle for average. I am not forgotten. I am not disqualified. And I am not finished. I am aligned. I am authorized. I am appointed. I am awake. Each tear that I have cried has been the tuition that I must pay to fulfill my destiny. I did not come this far to almost obey, to almost figure it out, to almost finish. I did not come this far to just understand. I did not come this far to just take notes at a conference and not fulfill what it is that God put me on this planet to do. This is not your end. This is your deployment. You're not finished. I'm not asking if this is my time. I am declaring it.
I'm gonna grind. I'm going to fight. I'm going to work. I'm going to press toward. I'm going to learn. I'm going to do everything in my power every single day. I'm going to do everything in my power to become a victor and not a victim.
Let me tell you this, the wolf that is on the hill is never as hungry as the wolf that is climbing the hill. And so you gotta get hungry and you have to stay hungry. You have to guard your hunger. I need you to develop a healthy dose of self-assurance. When you feel like you can't, when you want to let go, when you are surrounded by doubt, fear, and anxiety, you are going to have to pull up your resume and remember all of the things that you have made it through.
There is no excuse for not living up to your fullest potential. No excuse.
What do you want? Somebody told you to just graduate high school, graduate college, get a job, work that job the rest of your life, have kids, get married, and die. Somebody told you that. What do you believe you were destined to do? And then you gotta spend every single solitary day for the rest of your life going after that dream. What do you have to have? What is your dream? And when you think there's nothing left in the tank, look yourself in the eyes and say, I can, I will, I must. At the end of our lives, we will ask ourselves, did we live? Did we love? Did we matter? Did we fulfill our destiny? Your destiny is linked to your identity. This is why the dark room is so important. Like, if I don't put the work in, if I don't do what is required behind the scenes, I'll never step in public authority. Everything starts with a decision. It's time to break through. Who you must become is directly associated with what you have been called to do. At some point, you gotta sit back and think to yourself, you know what? I've been here too long. I've thought like this too long. I've hurt too long. I've been broken long enough. I've been mad long enough. I've been depressed long enough. You know what? I've been here too long. It's time for me to go. If you wake up and do not like the life that you see and don't believe you are in alignment with God's purposes and plans for your life, the question is, how did I get here? We are all running a program. Some of us have been running the program of fear, scarcity, lack, doubt. Everything that's good sounds like a scam. That I'm supposed to be poor and broken and betrayed and tired and weary. That's a program. It's all tethered to a belief system. It's in the physical realm where action happens, where effort meets results. But if my mental program is not aligned with the purposes and plans for my life, then effort will only take me so far. The program you've been running has gotten you as far as you're gonna get. We all have to get here, where we realize we have not adapted to the current times. And this is not a departure from authenticity. This is not losing yourself. This is finding your next level. It's not running from your programming. It's upgrading. It's taking it to the next level. So when you face storm, when you face adversity, when you face trial, in the eye of the storm, in the middle, in the core of your devastation, when you are faced with opposition, that's when you raise the heat. And so the harder life hits me, the harder I'm gonna fight. It's the hours and the hours and the hours committed to rehearsal and practice and training and digging in and beating on my craft that pays the greatest dividends in public. It's the man that is willing to put it all on the floor when nobody's looking, that is positioned to lift up the trophy. That version of you is gonna get that life that you dream of.